Before his unexpected passing in the year of 2011 and at the age of 49, a former Western Oklahoma high school football and wrestling star found himself arriving at Philadelphia's old Veterans Stadium. This in a previous century and under a cold fall mask of darkness with protesting hate prepared to surround. As a National Football League strike replacement player, defensive tackle Gary Bolden and his temporary Eagle teammates were bussed in early to avoid the potential danger of player union and fan protests that would eventually escalate into parking lot violence, this during a nationally televised game played against the Chicago Bears on October 4, 1987.
CBS Sports presents the National Football League. It's the Chicago Bears against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Bolden, a former Clinton, Oklahoma high school football and wrestling star, would become a standout defensive tackle for Southwestern Oklahoma State University in the early 1980s. This before becoming the fourth of only 7 Clinton players in the storied history of the Red Tornado football program to be officially signed by an NFL team. Former Tornado gridiron great Sonny Lyles played for the Detroit Lions in 1943 and 1944, this before becoming an NFL champion with the Cleveland Rams in 1945. Considered one of Clinton's greatest all-around athletes, Carlos Bell was drafted in the 4th round by the New Orleans Saints in 1971. 10 years later, Clifford Chapman would become a 4th-round draft choice of the New York Giants in 1981, with Gary Bolden's brief but time-stamped appearance with the Eagles to follow in 1987.
He is a nose tackle. He's out of Southwest Oklahoma, and a great story, Terry.
This guy has a nickname. You want to tell him their nickname?
Stagger Lee.
Stagger Lee.
He was a pro wrestler under the name Stagger Lee and had an unbeaten record, but even more amazing, how did he get here?
Well, he found out he had an opportunity to come here and play for the Eagles. So one night while he was wrestling, I get this picture, he's wrestling, and he gets a phone call from his manager that, look, you got to be in Philadelphia to play with the Eagles. So he decides, well, how am I going to get out of this match? He stages a broken leg. Now they break his leg. Now they come in on a stretcher, pick him up, carry him off the field, put him in an ambulance, take him to the airport, and fly him to Philadelphia. Stagger Lee.
And that's how Gary Bolden got here, Southwest Oklahoma. I mean, I'm sure there are some incredible stories around the league, but that's got to rank right up there.
I've got so much. This guy is, Buddy Ryan said, this is the funniest human being I've ever been associated with. His buddy's boys, Rex and Bob, his twins, they called up Pop and said, Pop, this guy really, his nickname is Kicking Mule, because he can kick the football clean out of the stadium. But when Buddy and him brought him in as a kicker, he had gained 60 pounds, so he couldn't kick, and they made a tackle out of him. The Kicking Mule, Stagger Lee. Isn't that great?
The Stagger Lee wrestling phenomenon, referenced by then CBS sports analyst Terry Bradshaw, was actually created by the ingenious Junkyard Dog in 1982. This with diverting effort to continue wrestling behind a mask while actually serving a 90-day suspension.
The next event, one ball, a 45-minute time limit. 245 pounds in the blue corner, the North American heavyweight champion, Mr. Wrasslin.
The exact same strategy and persona of Stagger Lee was used by Koko B. Ware, also known as the Birdman, until he was unexpectedly unmasked in a tag team match in 1983. 1 year later, grappler legend has it that Gary Bolden found himself in the midst of a professional wrestling match while donning the mysterious mask of Stagger Lee. The winner-take-all match was held in Houston, Texas, against the North American heavyweight champion of the time, Mr. Wrestling 2. Numerous hardcore wrestling fans thought it to be the Junkyard Dog in the ring against Mr. Wrestling 2. Some thought it could be a return of Koko B. Ware. But wrestling insiders revealed they had recently heard the undefeated voice of Gary Bolden boldly claiming, "Is it me or is it Stagger Lee?" expert football analysts and fans thinking the NFL players' strike of 1987 would only last for 1 week, negotiations actually continued into a second week, providing Gary Bolden the opportunity to play where most, if not all, Southwest gridiron greats could only dream of playing: the historically famous Texas Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys. Although lasting only 2 weeks, Gary Bolden's brief but unique NFL career was a monumental moment worth remembering for his family, friends, and fans. Within his adieu to the famous midfield star at Texas Stadium, "Is it me or is it Stagger Lee?" just might have been found gently moving through his farewell to the NFL thoughts.